Welcome to part 7 of our series, Secrets of Glessner House. Today, we are going to look at the burglar alarm, one of many examples of modern technology installed in the house when it was completed in 1887. Our story begins at the Glessners' previous home, located at the northeast corner of Washington and Morgan Streets. In her journal, Frances Glessner recorded a burglary that took place at the house in January 1875, noting that the burglar entered through the upstairs bathroom window between 8 and 10 o'clock in the evening while the family was sitting in the library. He stole jewelry and clothing belonging to her sister Helen Macbeth, which was never recovered. Soon after, the Glessners had a burglar alarm installed. It is no surprise, then, that their new home on Prairie Avenue was equipped with a modern burglar alarm when it was built. Here we see a photo of the Glessners' bedroom as it appeared about 1888. The box mounted to the wall at the left-hand side of the photo is the burglar alarm panel. You might ask why it would be located in their bedroom. We are now standing in the Glessners' bedroom, viewing the same part of the room visible in the historic photograph. When the bedroom door is open, it conceals the alarm panel. But when the door is closed, you can see the panel in its historic location. It was placed in the bedroom so that if it went off during the night, it would be easily heard by John Glessner, and he could quickly see what part of the alarm system had been tripped. The panel installed in the bedroom today is not original, but is a historic piece that works exactly the same. The original alarm panel looked just like the servant's annunciator panel in the kitchen. These two brass plaques from that annunciator show the maker, the Western Electric Company, and a series of patent numbers issued between 1871 and 1876 for the various mechanisms contained within. The identical plaques are found on the current alarm panel, indicating the mechanism is the same. Western Electric was a Chicago-based company started in 1869 to manufacture telegraph and communication equipment. By the early 1880s, after it started making telephones, it was acquired by the Bell Telephone Company. The Glessners did not have a central electric system until 5 years after they moved into the house. In the interim, wet cell batteries, like the one shown here, provided low-voltage electricity for the burglar alarm, in addition to the servant's annunciator, the gas light ignition system, the telephone, and the heat regulation system. These batteries were filled with a liquid electrolyte that reacted to the positive and negative terminals to produce about 1.4 volts. 3 or 4 were usually connected in a series to produce the desired voltage. Car batteries today use the same basic technology. When we had to remove part of the plaster ceiling in the basement several years ago, we found the original wiring that would have been used to power the burglar alarm and other low-voltage systems prior to the house being completely rewired in 1892. You can see that the wires were held in place by wooden brackets, notched to accommodate each individual wire. The Glessners' original panel had 12 indicators, of which 10 were actively used. Although one would expect the alarm system to monitor exterior doors, it is interesting to note that several switches were also found on interior doors to provide extra security for specific rooms. An example is indicator number 6, which controlled the door into the shop where Frances Glessner made her silver and jewelry. Let us look at a few of the surviving components of the alarm system that can still be found in the house. Here we see a pin spring switch found on the doorway leading from the entry vestibule into the main hall. When the door was closed, the pin was depressed and pushed against a spring that opened the circuit contact point. When the door was opened, the spring was released, pushing the pin out and closing the contact point, which would cause the burglar alarm annunciator to indicate a breach at the door. The mechanism is shown in an 1882 diagram at right. Similar pin switches are still used on many refrigerators to control the interior light. Here we see a wood-based lever switch located on the frame around the door leading from the kitchen into the basement. It has been cut down on the sides to accommodate the narrow door frame. It was originally round, as you see in the diagram to the right. A switch like this would have enabled the user to disarm a door from this location, rather than from the main panel in the bedroom. This switch is similar, except that it controls two contact points, the lever being moved between one and the other. What is most interesting about this switch is its location. It is found on the door frame outside the door, leading from the second floor hallway into the female servant's wing. Switches such as this show that servants did not necessarily have unrestricted access to all parts of the house. Access would be controlled by turning these switches on and off as needed. We are back in the Glessner's bedroom looking at the current panel. This one has 6 indicators. Theirs would have had 12. The black knobs beneath the panel allowed them to control each alarm contact point independently. For example, if they wanted to secure the house for the evening, but leave one door unalarmed for someone returning home late, they could do so from here. We hope you have enjoyed learning more about our latest Secret of Glessner House. Tune in next time as another secret will be revealed.